As we talk about the pound, we know the drivers here. It is Brexit. It is this idea that the UK is not coming to terms, not coming to a deal. How important is this for the global markets, this idea that the pound is just not stable, not where it needs to be in terms of a total reserve asset, if you will?
Well, I think it's pretty important, not necessarily because of pound as being a reserve asset, but because this creates massive instability in the European theater as a whole. Remember, if we have an unruly Brexit, it really creates massive recessionary pressures in European Union as a whole, because Britain is such a key part, big market of Europe. And I think that's one of the things that's really been going on, is that the Europeans don't want an unruly Brexit just as much as I think as most of the people in the UK don't want it, because the Germans and the French want to continue to trade with the Brits at current terms. The fact that they haven't been able to come to terms, I think the irony of this whole thing is that really the deal is getting scuttled simply because of Northern Ireland. And Northern Ireland actually voted to remain within the European Union. So it's just incredible that all of this is really being done as a matter of politics rather than economics. My thinking here is that cooler heads will eventually prevail. I don't know what the proper scenario is. It's clearly right now pandemonium, a complete chaos. It's very likely we might go to a general election, at which point, all options are open. But I think if they can't come to a term with this particular exit on Brexit, we probably might have to have a second referendum. I mean, I think it's a long shot right now. There seems to be a lot of people who poo-poo the idea, but ultimately the choice between the British people is going to be essentially complete expulsion from economic activity, or a chance to rethink this deal, because as deal as it stands right now, it's really heading towards a calamity for the UK market.
So Boris, one of the things that we're noticing with this move here, I should note, by the way, that euro sterling, which is a key pair in the foreign exchange market to watch right now, 88.21, spot 88.21. That's up almost 1.5% at this point here. We're seeing some movements in the British markets right now. Domestic UK companies are taking it on the chin. Meanwhile, you've got some of the large multinational UK companies doing relatively well. Take us through that dynamic, and it has to do with the weaker pound.
Well, it certainly has to do with the weaker pound, because the multinationals get the benefit of both actions at this point. They get they source everything in pounds, which is weaker, but they sell everything abroad, and therefore earn very, very high exchange rates in return. And they still benefit. Remember, right now they're still benefiting from this incredibly open trading environment that they're in. So it's, to that sense, the multinationals in UK are certainly going to be doing well. The question is, what will happen if they have an unruly Brexit? Are all the multinationals in UK going to have to actually leave UK because they won't be able to function with the rest of the world as things stand? Remember, May negotiated two key things for UK. She negotiated a customs union and financial services pass-through, meaning that all the banks in UK could essentially do business in Europe. Those are two things that are vital to the UK economy. They don't have that. They don't have a UK economy, in my opinion. That's why this could be a very cataclysmic event. I think the politicians simply don't understand the economic consequences, and that's why it's either going to have to be a revote to see if they really want to do Brexit again, or they're going to have to come to some kind of terms to try to figure out if they can do a deal at these terms.
Well, Boris, just a few moments left here. I know that Brexit is the news of the day, but this does add some more fuel to that dollar move that we have been seeing. Pound weakness is certainly not contributing or helping that matter. That the dollar seems to keep rising at this point. What do you see trend-wise playing out there? Is that strong dollar trend still intact, and can we expect more gains at this point now?
This is ironic. Yes, the dollar is stronger, but for idiosyncratic reasons. It's stronger against the euro because euro is having problems with UK and with Italy. It's obviously stronger against the pound because it's having problems with Brexit. But if you look at dollar yen, it really isn't strong. And dollar yen is really trading on risk-off relationships. So to me, the dollar story is very mixed. I am not bullish universally across the board dollar. I think the dollar is strong for very specific reasons against particularly weak currencies, even against the commodity dollars, but all of those commodity dollars are actually rising against the dollar. So it's not a universal story in the dollar right now.
All right.